Hello everyone, it's me Tish and welcome to my channel if you are new and welcome back if you are not. Today we're going to be talking about recommendations for Gothtober. So all of these books that I'm going to be recommending today will fit almost every one of the prompts. I just picked kind of a few of the prompts that we put together for these particular books, but they will more than likely fit pretty much any of the prompts that you get, if that makes sense. So we're going to start with a few OGs here, and the first one that I'm going to pull up is If We Were Villains. Yeah, you guys, this is one of my favorite books, and if you'd watched any of my previous channels, you would know that, but I will never get tired of recommending this book, like ever. So this is about a group of students at a theater school, and they pretty much kind of like speak to each other in Shakespeare. It's kind of crazy, but these are definitely theater kids. One of them ends up murdered, and then you kind of go through the story, figuring out who did it and who's actually telling the story. Love this book. We'll probably be reading this again for November. I'm also due for another reread of The Secret History as well, but I will always recommend this, and you should read it if you haven't yet, especially if you like dark academia. Next up is going to be House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. This is still one of my favorite books, and I'm still wondering if there's ever going to be a second one, because the ending is left very open-ended. Like, there could be more, but this also could just be the only one. But this is about three sisters who go missing, and then they suddenly kind of turn up, and something's just a little off about them. They're a little weird. They don't seem like the same people that they were before. But later, the oldest sister goes missing, so the other two have to kind of join forces in order to find out what happened to her and where she went. It's a beautiful story. This cover is gorgeous, still one of my top favorites, and would highly recommend reading this if you haven't already. And yeah, it's a good one. Right, next up is going to be Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is one of my favorite books as well, super high up on the dark academia list. I still have not read Hellbent, so that is something that I need to try to get to by the end of this year as well. Honestly, I should probably reread this in order to completely understand what's happening in Hellbound, because I definitely remember what happened in this book, but I feel like some of the details are definitely lost on me. So yeah, but would recommend this. Very, very good. Next up, we have another Crystal Sutherland book, and that is The Invocations. This one also has a very beautiful cover. I also got the paperback edition of this one as well because that cover is pretty cool. This one is about three girls who kind of find themselves kind of forming an alliance after several different things happen to kind of hunt a serial killer, and also because there is magic and a witch involved, to get kind of something for themselves through this particular witch, because she gives away invocations to different people who are kind of like not having the best time. And in order for them to get what they want, they have to give a piece of their soul in return. So, and this is one of the books that I haven't gotten to yet, but I am hoping to get to it this year, just because I did like House of Hollow so much that I feel like I am going to like this one as well. So my expectations are a little high, but either way, I do have a pretty book. Another classic is going to be We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. This is definitely right up to the theme with castles and crypts. The story follows Mary and Constance, who are siblings that live in the castle. All of the rest of their family are dead, and the townspeople find them very weird and just very unsettling. And so this is kind of their story about living alone and dealing with that, as well as the stuff that happens in the castle. Again, this is another OG that I probably should have mentioned in the beginning, but would highly recommend this one as well. It's always perfect for spooky season, and it's a very short read. All right, next is going to be A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. This is about Dracula's wives, and one of them in particular who is trying to decide, after seeing horrible things that her husband has done, whether or not she wants to stay or she wants to kind of break away and find her freedom. I'm very excited to get into this. This is another book that's been on my list for quite some time, and I'm definitely going to try to pick it up with my prompts that I have. And I'll probably overload myself with a bunch of options just because I'm a mood reader and I like to have those options, but this is definitely one of those for sure. And last but certainly not least is going to be Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fieto. I'm very excited to read this. This is about a girl who is in fact a little weird. She has these very dark thoughts and tendencies. She moves in with a family to tutor them, and they, for some odd reason, like to kind of taunt these bad thoughts and taunt these kind of obscure things that she thinks of. And so she's trying to hide that, but they're not helping. And so I'm really excited to read this. This sounds kind of like a wild ride and just crazy, honestly. And it again is a short read, so it's going to be one of those books that I will probably also put on my TBR as well. So that is going to do it for the recommendations I have for Gothtober. If you've read any of these books, let me know down below, especially the ones I haven't read yet, and let me know if they are good or they are definitely worth my time. This year for our LGBTQ plus prompts and our BIPOC prompts, we are recommending that you pick up Palestinian authors as well as Latinx authors, just given everything that's been going on with the genocide in Gaza as well as the ICE stuff here in the United States. We also recommend that you pick up more trans work as well, given that they are seemingly under fire and under attack at this given time too. So obviously you can read whatever you want to read, no pressure. We just felt that it was very important to kind of put those particular groups at the forefront when thinking of which books to kind of pick up. I have a few on my TBR, which is why I didn't mention them in this video, because that'll be later on for my TBR video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.